What's going on, guys? Jake Tiesler, latest Mustang and automotive news. In today's video, we're going to check out the 0 to 60 time on the 2020 Ford Bronco. It's not actually 0 to 60 time, but we're comparing it to a Ford Raptor. Which we know has a 0 to 60 time of about 5.1. Now, this is definitely in sand, and I'm going to make the assumption that that Bronco is the 2.7 liter twin turbocharged V6, obviously with a 10-speed automatic. Now, what's cool about this is that the Bronco actually keeps up with the Ford Raptor, and right off the line, you can see that the torque, the Raptor actually gets a little jump if you look at and see which front of the vehicle lifts first. If you look at the Raptor lifts first. Watch, one. Barely gets a little jump. Okay, as they come by, it might be half a car ahead. And then as you see on the top end, if you ever watch drag racing, it's hard to see who's ahead, and if you're behind the car, it's hard to see if you're looking down the track who's ahead of each other. But just based on this photo right here, the last screenshot that we're looking at, you can see that the F-150 is at least a car ahead of them. So now we know that the F-150 Ford Raptor has 450 horsepower, and it's got more horsepower, significantly more horsepower than the 2.7 liter ecoboost, and horsepower makes the car faster on the top end. Now on the bottom end, they were pretty equal. I don't know how their traction was. This is obviously on sand, so who knows, but this is just a fun video to watch and be able to compare the Ford Bronco and the F-150 Raptor. So let's watch it one more time, and we're going to get some feedback from the driver of the Raptor. It's later in this post if you want to see what the driver says. And I'll shut up on the next one, and I'm just going to let you hear the car sounds, okay? So I'm going to be quiet so you can actually hear what's going on. You can hear the car spool up. Let's see if you can hear this. Pretty good start. They pretty much left at the same time. On the top end, the Raptor got them. Now, if you throw a tune, Ford Performance tune, which they will make eventually, on the Bronco, it would probably be dead even. So I'm just going to go ahead and say that. If you know, in the Ford Ranger, they do offer these level 1, 2, and 3 performance packages. In the level 3, you can actually get a tune, which makes this Ford Ranger, which is just the 2.7 2.3 liter 4-cylinder. It bumps it from 270 horse to 315 horse, and torque from 310 to 370. So that's V8 torque out of just a tune. So the 400 torque out of the 2.7 is going to go up to 450 or so, and the horsepower will jump up as well. So it's going to be fast. It's going to be fun, and relatively speaking, we're still talking about a 5,000-ish pound SUV, but relatively speaking, I don't know. The Bronco has the 2.7 with auto trans, so people were saying hopefully it's the 2.3, but obviously to keep up with that, they're not that big of a difference engines. The 2.3 and the 2.7 aren't like, the 2.3 isn't a dud. It makes still like a good amount of power. It's not much of a difference between the 2.3 and the 2.7, right? So the Raptor has the Torsen front diff and is running Baja mode, rear diff locked, with a little brake boost at launch, which you could hear. You hear them, you can hear the turbos come on a little bit before they let off the brake to accelerate. The sand was wet with pretty decent traction, which is why I picked the spot for comparison. Both trucks were running approximately 10 to 13 PSI on the tires. I believe there was no doors stored in the blue Bronco, so they had the doors removed, but the doors were not in it, so it was a little bit lighter. The gray had them stored inside. There's another Bronco behind. The Bronco also has brake boosted at launch, and we had a perfect start. As you can see, they're pretty darn close. For what it's worth, the Raptor beats most of the Razor 1000 turbos that are stock on the sand drags. So the Raptor beats the the little 4-door buggy, the Razor 1000 Turbo, which those are no slouches. The Cactus Gray Bronco had the wheels swapped out for 35-inch with bead locks installed. To me, the color looks slightly bluish gray. I didn't see the greenish da-da-da. The race went as expected. You could take the base 2-door, add the Sasquatch with a 2.7 auto, remove the doors, roof, spare tire, and have a quicker Bronco than the one that I raced. So there's a faster configuration if you want to go for a higher performance model. And the 4-cylinder turbo, power to weight. So yeah, and he says, like I was just saying, you can pour the boost onto each of these motor easily. So adding a tune increases the boost. Like all the EcoBoost, they make a lot of power. So I just wanted to give you a quick video of the 0 to 60 and talk about it in the comment section. So let me know what you guys think. If you like this kind of content, hit the subscribe button. There's some links for Bronco merch in the description. In the next video, we're going to check out all the Ford Bronco accessories that they are just posted today. So stay tuned for that and check you in the next video.